Hello everyone! As you can see, I've been quite busy in between episodes. Been trying to get some of the materials back we lost, digging out this area. As you can see, we managed to get, what is it? Half a stack of diamonds, and if we lucky, this can add up to 1 stack of diamonds. So, about half of what we lost back. But besides that, I've been using some time elsewhere. I've been to the Nether and trying to find a fortress there. And one thing you hopefully will notice now is that my voice is a lot more crisp, I would say. No, not nearly as bad as before, at least. I've got a new microphone, which hopefully will help a lot with the sound quality. A completely different thing, as you can see here, there's some new trees here. Last episode I talked about how I wanted to use the dark oak trees for this area, since I feel like they are more fantasy-like. But I just kind of realized that we have nothing, like very small amounts of these, and we will need a lot of saplings, and it's quite tedious to get. And we have so many of these that it doesn't make any sense to use anything else. If you haven't guessed, these trees are handmade. I'm trying to go for a bit of a unrealistic tone. As you can see, it's quite random. I really want to go to sleep here, but I need some phantom membranes for some potions, and so it doesn't really make any sense to sleep. I usually always skip over the night whenever I can, just because I don't really want to bother fighting. But I can't this time. So, my sort of plan for today is to get the general feel of this area down. As you can see, there's a lot of trees now. That's because I've been using it to get the leaves. That's actually one I haven't gotten yet. But most of these will go down, but I want something like this. And I'm still not sure if I should maybe create some of my own dark oak trees, because I think they will suit this area quite well. But we'll need to get the general layout out. Should I just keep the night? These are so annoying. Yeah, I had to skip the night. However, it's nice now. So, as said, I want to get the general feel of this area down. I actually very much like these trees. I don't know, like, it is a bit odd using this texture, but I feel like it can work combined with the correct area around it. And I sort of like having these like temporary trees in, since they actually make it look more dense. So I'm gonna replace them with something else. I want this area to be connected to this main area, which I still don't know what to do with yet. But I want us to be able to somewhat go from this and into this area. That's the idea, at least. A way of doing that could, for example, be with like a road or something like that. Like this. And then I want to have a plan for what to do in this area. One thing I was thinking of is to introduce some, what they call mushrooms here as well. But for that we need puzzle. I believe mushrooms can be placed on puzzle, right? I think I put them here. And if I remember correctly, if we grow one of these large trees of spruce. I was so hoping that I would be able to make it with one. Oh yeah, I have 6 more. Pretty sure if we go one of these last ones, yes, we get puzzle. Perfect. Now the question will be, can we place on top of this? We can. Perfect. Yeah, a couple of these around wouldn't be the worst thing either. Since in 1.14 there will come new textures, I was actually very interested in seeing how this looks with it on. Hey, something I just realized. It actually seems to update my data packs when I switch resource pack. Interesting, so you actually don't need to open to land to do that. Huh, the more you know. Generally speaking, I actually really like these new textures, and I think I'm gonna keep playing with them. Like, they're a bit brighter, and generally look a bit more cartoonish, which personally I like. I can understand why some people don't though. In my opinion, these look generally quite good. Generally with blacker colors. Like, you can not really see it in the oak, what's called the logs, but you can very much see it in the planks. So, like, it looks a bit more plastic-like, but in a good way, since yeah, it suits Minecraft style, in my opinion. What I've been thinking is that I want to introduce more colors than the white ones. So actually try and, instead of using saplings, to just try and build some manual of these. One thing I do want to avoid though is to make these look too samey in a way. So most of these, you see, they're quite thin at the bottom. I think I have one that's too thick, but they do kind of thin out and have big shapes. And I want to have something a bit odd with these ones, but I want it to be thicker so it doesn't seem too much to be the same. Maybe I should just go by 4. The general way I'm doing it is just having sort of a center, building up around it. Maybe something like this could work. And then create the, what's it called? The leaves? The top grassy area? I've actually forgotten what it's called. I'll remember in a second. And the way I'm doing this is trying to get a ball shape. So if you start with a square, just like this, you can go out a bit. The important thing here is to try and make it a bit random. So if we have this, we can go 2 down here, 1 here, 1 here. You have to go like, it has to look consistent but still random in a way. That's the way to make it feel a bit organic. So I'll keep doing something like this and then show you my results. You see, looking at it down here, it's not. This is too much. What's it called? It looks like it's not. It looks like it's handmade. So a way of fixing this could be remove some of this. Maybe do this one bigger. Maybe extend this downwards. Actually, that could be interesting. Do something like this. That could actually be maybe a theme that these trees sort of hang. That would be interesting. And I want to get the top part a bit bigger as well. It looks too thin. So right here. I just realized that I was running on an older version of the textures. They should be fixed now. Thanks for sounds. I just like to mention how gorgeous the leaves look in this. Like they really have improved on them. Generally speaking, I actually really like building these trees. It's a nice build style and require like organic building. That's just my thing. But one of the things that quite annoys me actually is a thing I've already been talking about. That is the generally building upwards in this game. I think I've talked about it in another episode, but like the way. So let's say I want to make a simple change in this side, right? Or that I want to thicken this out a bit. I will have to build like this and then go out and then maybe go like this, which is just I don't know. It's not easy. Not very comfortable to do is probably the best way to say. And I would love them to make a change for that. Maybe just even a command that makes you able to fly. That way you could just make a custom recipe that activates a command block somewhere in the world or something like that. It doesn't have to be vanilla, but just some kind of solution. Like, just being able to fly like in creative, but in survival. You can make it cost a lot, but still that would be very, very nice. And by the way, I am very much aware that they are sort of trying to fix this using the scaffolding. And the scaffolding is definitely gonna be an improvement. I just feel like I would love to be something more to be done to this, since it's just a huge part of the game, and it just seems like an oversight a bit. This one tree took up all my leaves. But yeah, it feels like the way I wanted to. It has a bit, it's a bit thicker than the rest, and the rest are a bit more wacky. I have to do something about the bottom, but generally I like this style. I'm gonna go sleep and then try and add some foliage. Literally, the only reason why I'm planting these trees is because I need more leaves. That is such a tongue twister. It took me like 4 recordings to say that on one line. So let's get the general feeling in. If we have a road like this, I generally like to use these road made with the shovel. What are they called? Path blocks. That's right. And I usually just try and make them just random in a way, make little holes and stuff like that. And then next to it, I want something besides it to have lights on, and I'm considering either using fences. But I feel like they're a bit out of place, maybe compared to like stone, for example. Then we could combine this with some leaves. Let's do something like this. That's some of the fun thing about doing nature. You can just throw it randomly. Like this looks a bit odd. If try and place more in it, probably not this one. Probably fit. Maybe it's a bit too much actually. Something like this looks quite nice. I feel like it's just about getting like the correct balance, having a lot of greenery and a lot of colors, and when you mix it together, it will look good in the end. This is just a small sample. We have to do this with the rest, but I hope you get the general idea of what I'm going for. Some things like this though is what I'm trying to avoid. This is just this looks wrong. This also, like, these two are just next to each other, and that in my opinion just doesn't fit. Here's 3. I'm gonna take these 2 out, and I saw them here as well. These, I'm gonna take these, and this back one as well. Yeah, this feels better. I've just added another tree right here, and made one of those brown mushroom trees. As you can see, I had to cut it a bit short though. It was heading into both of these trees. I'm actually still doing this here. Doing like this. Yeah, sweet. I feel like it would be a good idea to actually use pot soil as well, and maybe introduce some wheat. We can do like this. So just add a little bit somewhere. I don't know if this helps so much actually. I can't seem to find my diamond hoe. I guess I must have lost it together with the others. I just don't remember putting it in that chest. Guess I have to make a new one. A little bit of wheat like this in between. It still has a lot of the feeling. I feel like this is a bit too much. Like that. Maybe still a bit too much. Yeah, that's better. Now for this area right here, I want it to be a lake of some kind. But since there isn't one naturally, I have to terraform and make sure there's one. Something like this could work quite well. Having like a little lake that you're able to see from the path that'll be here. Right? And then I'm gonna make a road connecting through here as well. And you see the water falling down. Yeah, like this. I just have to make sure there's a bit more of a slope right here, like it looks a bit more natural. I want this actually to go up like a fair bit, so it does look like it goes up here compared to down here. If you don't know this, let's say for example here I want the water to go a bit more to the side, falling down here to spread out more so it doesn't look so straight. But if I destroy this one, it will keep flowing this way. This is because the water pathfinds towards the what's it called? The nearest drop. So since from this point, the nearest one is this one, right? But if I remove this one, and I remove this one, this means that the place it can drop will either be 2 blocks in this direction, or 2 blocks in that direction, which means it should change, yes, to both sides. I do really hope this is entertaining to watch. I can't imagine if not though, because it's very much just trial and error. I just love doing these things because it requires a lot of color. And so much of organic building, you don't have to really stick to a certain pattern. It's just a bit more about feeling it. Although I can understand why some people will have difficulty with it though. Like right now I'm raising this up a bit because I just feel like it feels more natural for the water to flow about this height. I can't really explain why. I just feel that way. A bit of time later, and this is what we have. As you can see, this little lake we have, it suits quite well. And we have this down here. I place a bit of pot soil right here because I feel like it makes sense to the grass is gonna be wet in a way, so it's gonna be a darker color. So I have it here on the side. Here's probably gonna go bridge. I'm not really sure on how to do this. If this had been a server we've been playing on, I could easily just place an account up here recording me doing a time lapse of this. I'm guessing just constantly updating you on how far I've come is not that interesting, but I can't. So I guess I'm just gonna do a bit here and there and just update you on how it looks. With that in mind though, I don't know how much more I'm gonna do with this in this episode since it really takes a long time. But what I want to do is to sort of get an idea for where the road's gonna go. So we have the road here, and we have it down here. And I want it to go through here as well. So, if I go to my chests here, I'm gonna get some slabs. And the walls here, perfect. And some light sources. Oh, there they were. Right, perfect. If we go here, you will be able to go from here up to here. I actually feel that this is not the ideal way of doing it. Like this, alright? So you can move from this. Alright, you can go down here. You can go over there and over there. What else do we want? We want you to be able to go through here. And we already have the path. We have to switch this out. Sadly, but that's how it is. I want you to get to here and go on each side. I am thinking of building a certain build right here, so I have to make some space for that. And I want to build behind there, but I think I just want a simple road leading to it. To get a better feeling, I'm replacing all of the, what's called, dirt blocks? No, path blocks with powdered concrete. I'm gonna use the powdered one since it has a bit more texture. Seems a bit more like ash in a way. Finally! I've been waiting for these in forever. It feels like. Can get some membranes. Honestly, the powder here cost me all of my ink sac. Okay, this is what we have now. You can see the edge here has been switched to black. And you can see I've placed some roads in. I have to avoid the So if you go through here, you'll see I need to do some pathing here as well. But we have a line we can follow now. A general idea of where things are supposed to go. Right here, we can have a bridge here, and stuff like that. As said earlier, the rest of this is gonna have to be an overtime project. We'll probably do some in between episodes, maybe do some updates from time to time. But you get a general idea of what I'm going for here. I personally feel like this is sort of fantasy in a way. Maybe not exactly fantasy, but there's a lot of bright colors and like a bit Alice in Wonderland, I would say. Something like that. One thing though I would like to do before we end this episode is to have a place to grow my trees, because as you can see, like this is not ideal. So we need somewhere to do it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do it over here. So I have to remove this little hill. This is actually not the worst thing to do since I've almost run out of grass. This height should be fine. Like, my idea is that I want to be able to have rows of all the different wood types, so we're able to grow them, and have at least a somewhat automatic way of getting the saplings, so I don't have to do like that over there and just constantly go back and forth and picking them up. I just have to figure out what is the most ideal way to actually place them and how big this area needs to be. I could extend this way. Usually we'll build something like this from left to right, just because it makes sense to start on the left with oak and then go this way. In my head at least. But I think I'm gonna go from the other direction, just because then I can figure out how much space I need. We could start having it for oak like this, just having a straight line, since oak wood are able to be placed next to each other. Then, if I remember correctly, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to place one 6 blocks above. Either 6 or 7. We can just test it. Hey! I think. Yeah, 6. Huh, nice. This way we avoid having the big trees, which we do not want. And having it like this also means that we should basically pick up all of the saplings. Then have it like this. So this wall will pick up the saplings and transport them this way. Meaning that probably the ideal size would be this. Then we can have this line go through all of the farms and collect the water to a central area. This way we won't need to have as many hoppers, which should avoid lag. You see, like this. So I've placed one bucket right here. Meaning, if we drop anything from here, it should get to this place right there. And it does. Fantastic. I'm actually not that sure how much space I will need for a spruce tree. Yeah, 2x2 seems actually to be quite ideal then. The thing about spruce trees is, yes, this. You often can't reach the top part. I actually can't even reach it here. So, is there a way to do this a bit smarter? I actually wasn't sure if jungle trees can grow in patches of 1. Apparently they can. Okay, this seems like a good way of doing it. So, all of these are basically the same, just except for the dark oak one. This one is in 2x2s, and then we'll just have to sort this way. I have purposely made an extra space here in the middle, where you can just place if you need to, just to make it easier. Next up will be putting the water in. This one's a bit more tricky actually. Place them right here, right? This is something I'm afraid of. I don't want everything to get stuck in here. Or in there actually. I have to think about this. I have found a solution. If we rearrange these like this, that way we'll have space for one more first of all. And that way these will count just as in the other ones. 7 long. We will still have the water in here like this. But if we place water buckets in here, they'll get pushed out. The only disadvantage of doing this... Oh no. Oh, that actually won't work. It will only work here. This is interesting. I'm not sure if this is a bug or not. No, I think I placed this one right here, right? And this should be 3, 3, and 7. So it travels 7 block. Can I count? 3, 3. It travels a bit more than 7. And I think because the water comes from this side, it sort of is a visual glitch that is full. So if I break this one, yeah, it will continue flowing. Alright. Good. Okay, I found a solution. Looking back on it, I probably didn't need to do this. I probably just place a few signs here. And yeah, well, I'm not rebuilding this again. So I have 2 water buckets. There it is. In here, I don't have 2 in here, but I have in this side. So this one pushes out as well. When it reaches this point, it will. So if we just throw something very close to this point, actually, that doesn't work. You notice that it will be pushed down, underneath, and through here, into our collection area. And some things are actually making it. I hope this just thinks that I will do this. Should be fine. One thing I realized also is that I have to create one more of these in that direction, since these 2 got placed next to each other and I forgot to notice. Oops. Here we go. Now we have all the wood types up. If you're sitting thinking to yourself that this is an extremely easy build to make, you will be completely correct. It is a very easy farm in a way to build, but it's just very, very nice to have laying around. It means that I will be able to get saplings easier if I ever need any. For example, like earlier I needed the dark oak. The interesting thing here will be if we get enough saplings back contrast to how much we use. So I'll let these grow up and then harvest them and see how much we get. So after a full harvest, this is what we got. And this is actually not so good. We're not getting that many saplings. I'm guessing, like, of course there's a huge loss here. So if you have this side, right, on each of them, if it travels more than 1 block, it will get stuck on this part. Here, it will get stuck on this whole part, which means that basically 40% maybe on this side is gonna be lost. Same on the other side. I don't know how to fix this though. I have to think about it. But anyways, I think it should work fine with the others since they're only 1 block wide. The acacia might be a bit of trouble, but the rest should be fine. Anyways, as you can see, as I told you earlier, I managed to get all the leaves here. I actually think I've used maybe a stack of iron for shears. They break very easily. But we have a lot of leaves now. We should be able to get quite far with this whenever I get to finish it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. and I will also see you next time.